That's so cool. Just his own little island of anger. And there he goes, not chasing me some more. Good afternoon, everybody, from beautiful North Alabama. It's been a while since we cruised over here, so I figured I would give it a try tonight. It is going to be a full moon, but we do have cloud cover, so I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. We did have a Scarlet King in the last episode on basically a full moon. That was only 2 nights ago. So hopefully stuff will be crossing the road tonight. Let's get to it. Well, it took a while, but here's our first snake of the night, and it is a garter. Haven't cruised one of these in a while. What's up, dude? He is out looking for food by the looks of it. Periscoping. Well, it's been about an hour after dark. The temp feels really good, but so far that has been the only snake we have seen dead or alive, so we'll get him out of the road and try to keep moving. Well, this little guy just went flying across the road in front of my car. It's a little corn snake. Come here, let's go out in the open. Well, the numbers have been lacking so far tonight. That's only the second snake. But as I usually say, any night with a corn snake is a pretty good night in my opinion. Nothing crazy, so we'll just move them out of the road and get a quick voucher with the phone, and maybe we'll see some more snakes. Well, the clouds broke, and you can see that bright moon shining through. But I haven't seen anything since about 10:30, and it's now 11:30, so I'll probably call it a night here, and I'll see you guys next time I get out, unless I see something on the way home. Good morning, everybody. It is very early once again. We're gonna go look for cottonmouths again, because it's what's working, it's what's going well, and I know we're gonna have some really good weather coming up later this week where I'm gonna look for probably rattlesnakes. We're gonna have some nice cool and damp days that'll be perfect for hiking. So it's gonna be kind of hot today, so I'm gonna try for cottonmouths one more time, do a little bit of creek walking at a spot I have not been to in really outside the winter. I've only been there in the winter months, so I'm excited to see what's there. I have found cottonmouths there in the winter, so I expect we'll see at least one today, but there's also a distinct possibility we could get in some other stuff too. So this spot's especially fun because it's right at the back of this neighborhood. Whatever snakes we get into today are living right behind these people's houses, basically. Well, I just flipped this silly little piece of plywood, and that is what I saw. That's completely as found. I think it actually got flipped up a little bit when I turned over the piece of wood, like maybe it was in the leaves. But that is a beautiful red-bellied snake. Look at that belly. Possibly a gravid female. It's definitely a little bit fat, but a very good-looking snake to start the day. And actually the first one of these I've seen at this particular spot. Very nice. All right, we will just put that back like so, and let her go back. Man, this creek is looking like fall already. Tons of fallen leaves. Water level is super low and clear. And maybe we'll actually see a turtle today, unlike our last video where we somehow walked the creek for hours on end without seeing a single turtle. Very, very strange. Well, I was right about this creek being a little bit better for turtles. I've seen a lot of turtle poop, a bunch of dug up turtle nests, and just grabbed our first slider of the day. Was looking at a bunch of dug up nests up there, and saw this guy dart off into the water. But hopefully we'll see more. We can just let this guy go. So not only am I seeing a lot of turtle activity so far, but I'm seeing a lot of activity that looks like it could be from alligators snapping turtles, which is especially cool, as always. So not surprising that they're in this creek, but it would be very, very cool to get eyes on one here, because it would be the first time I've seen them in this particular creek. So there doesn't seem to be any cottonmouth action happening in the main stem of the creek right here. And the floodplain area is completely dry right now. There might be a little water up here, but this is where I would expect the cottonmouths to be if there was a little bit of water. But there's none, so I don't really know. Maybe they're still up here. I mean, it looks like there might be some water up here, so I'll go check that. But if not, I might have misjudged how common cottonmouths could be in this area. All right, I can see a little bit of water up there, so if there's any cottonmouths around here, I'm expecting them to be right there. I know this sounds crazy, but I swear I can smell cottonmouth. They have a very distinct musk, and I'm smelling it right now. So we're gonna see if I'm crazy or if there actually is one right here somewhere. I don't know why I would be able to smell it already. Normally they don't musk until they've been disturbed, but I don't see one, so maybe I'm just off base about that. Well, I canvassed it pretty good, and it would seem my cottonmouth sniffer is off, at least about this area, so we'll go back to the main stem of the creek and continue downstream, I suppose. I have a hard time believing we're not going to get into something good here. If not today, in the future. It just looks fantastic. So many log jams. Lots of habitat for turtles and snakes. Well, would you look at that? That is completely as found. Just floating in the creek. Let's let you join him. He looks like a character. How's it going, beautiful? That is a great looking snake. What's up, dude? Just floating along. He's no longer floating along. We can add that one to the album of cottonmouths not chasing people. I am chasing cottonmouths. Hello, Brother. He is giving us the treatment. That's so cool. Just his own little island of anger. And there he goes, not chasing me some more. He might actually be gone that time. He went down in that brush pile. Well, I'm happy to see one. Hopefully it won't be the only one. And only a little bit down the creek I see number 2. He's a little bit better hidden. It's funny how they always come in batches. I don't know how close we'll be able to get to him since he's in kind of deep water, but that's number 2. He's got a little bit of sun coming through on his face now. All right, we'll leave that guy right there. I also forgot to mention, it's August now, so we officially leave for our trip in less than 2 weeks, and the herping should only be uphill from here in Georgia, because August is when things really start to turn around. We'll have babies coming out very soon, and then the big push and fall movement will begin. So definitely looking forward to the next couple weeks, and if you're not enjoying the Cottonmouth episodes, this will probably be the last one where they're the main focus, so we're gonna leave that guy right there. There's an entire family of raccoons right here. Look at this. Of course, they're climbing up on the far side of the tree. That's adorable. He's like, get out of the way. So cool. Unfortunately, these guys are probably what's digging up all the turtle nests. And they are a very real threat because there's neighborhoods right there. There's neighborhoods right up there. So their populations are artificially inflated by the amount of trash they eat from these people's backyards. So their populations are way bigger than they would be in a completely normal ecosystem. And it can create serious issues for turtles when all their nests get dug up. I just saw a creature go underwater right there. That might have been an otter. He's right here somewhere. I guess it could have been a beaver. We're gonna see though. Hopefully. It's an otter, oh my god. Oh my god. Bruh. What? 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 They went that way. I can see where they start up the bottom. That was sick. I'm gonna keep an eye out for them and see if I can get more video. But holy cow. I thought it was a beaver. I hoped it was an otter, but I'd never seen one up close like that here. That was sick. So I'm pretty sure they went up under that root ball right there. And I'm kind of debating whether I want to sit here and wait for them to come out or continue with my day. I got pretty good video of them right there, I think, but I was kind of far away. But holy cow, that was awesome. I'll sit here for a little bit, and if they pop back out, I will get some more video, and if not, I'll move on. All right, well, after a nice run in the main stem of the creek, I've decided to come back up into the floodplain. I sat there for a little bit longer, but I think after that otter came out the second time, he realized what I was doing, and I just didn't see him again for a couple more minutes, so I decided to move on and hope that we can get some more snakes. It's been a good mammal day, though. Good look at some raccoons and a good look at a pair of river otters. So, out here in my creek walking Nikes, getting covered in mud, but that's what they're for. Whenever I buy nice tennis shoes and I inevitably end up getting them wet or ruining them, they become my default creek walking shoes. And honestly, I'm impressed with how these things clean up. Like, I've been walking creeks in these things for the past couple months, and once they've been rinsed off, you would hardly tell the kind of abuse I put them through. So, Nike, if you ever want to sponsor someone who serially abuses your shoes, I'm your guy. Don't you love flipping a log in a floodplain and seeing those colors underneath it? Oh, I just flipped the log, and there's our second red-bellied snake of the day. This one is not nearly as pretty as the first. Let's get a look at this guy. Very small. Flipping logs this time of year can be a straight-up hazardous way to herp because of yellow jackets, but in this floodplain, I'm not as concerned about it because they kind of, at least it seems like they know better than to build their nest under logs in areas that flood. But second red-bellied snake of the day, we'll let him go back. Well, if you can't tell from the sound and the way it looks outside, it's starting to get hot, so we might be wrapping up pretty soon, but I'm gonna walk this creek, which is actually a different creek, back to the car. And if we see anything, I'll definitely let you know. It's definitely not too hot yet, but it's getting there. Oh, look at this. The middle of the creek, man. Well, I guess the right side of the creek. That's found, just chilling. Cottonmouth number 3. Well, that guy took off into the creek right after I ran that, but I wanted to get a photo of this one. So we pulled him back up on the bank. And evidently he's not happy about it. Whoa, hello. So that right there is, I think, what a lot of people interpret as being chased by cottonmouths. And that's obviously not what happened. I'm standing between him and where he wants to go. And that was just a quick attempt at making his way to the creek where I am blocking his path. So don't stand between a cottonmouth and the creek. And you probably won't have anything like that ever happen to you. So very, very nice. I'm gonna get a photo of him and we'll let him go. Great looking snake. All right, we're gonna let this guy go back to the creek after a couple photos. You can see he wants nothing to do with turning around and getting me. He's just gonna keep crawling over there into that brush and probably disappear, never to see anybody else again, hopefully. Unless we find him again. Go on. Actually, it might be best if he stays right there because we're gonna have to walk past here. I gotta be honest, I'm pretty disappointed we haven't seen a juvenile cottonmouth over the last couple outings. They're always good for engagement because there's always, without fail, maybe 5 or 6 people on every video I find one in that just can't help the urge to try to correct me and tell me that they're actually copperheads. It's quite impressive. And obviously, those kind of comments are great for engagement, so. Oh, here's a cotton, I think. That might be a Narodia. I think it's cotton. I can't see it very well. We're gonna find out. Yeah, it's a cotton. Very cool. Unfortunately, it's that temperature where snakes are hot, and he just dove straight off of there and went under the bank. I didn't even get a voucher photo. Here's some more cottonmouth tracks. These are in the water. You can see right there. He was all over right here. Looks like he went this way and then turned around and went, or no, he went that way and then turned around and went this way. So it's possible he's up there somewhere. He was also over here. What the fish? That fish just went crazy. There's a couple more tracks over here. Looks like he kind of just went up in here and I don't know, these look older. You can see it's not nearly as defined as the one in the water was. But his tracks are so all over the place, I'm not sure where he could be. It's even possible that he was that same snake we found on the crawl way down there. Oh, there's a beautiful juvenile cottonmouth right there. That thing is a high flight risk right there, so I'm gonna try to get an in situ photo before he notices me, and then we'll try to get him with the snake hook up on the bank. I think this one might be asleep because it has not moved yet. You see it a little bit better from here. He definitely was asleep, but he just woke up and cocked his head at me. He has a meal in him, so that's why he's basking right there, I think. So we're just gonna leave him right there. Very nice looking snake. I was gonna pull him up on the bank, but he sat pretty well, so we'll try to leave him undisturbed. So what I think happened here is those tracks we were looking at were right over there and then up in that bank. I think that snake probably was foraging over here last night. You can even see a little bit of a track right there. And then he caught something he wanted to eat, and then he's come over here to bask and digest it. So, really cool. Tracking cottonmouths. It's also possible that's a different snake, and there's just a bunch of them right here. But either way, pretty cool. This creek has definitely improved in quality as we've gone upstream. There's a lot more log jams, and it's gotten a little bit wider and clearer. Well, I just saw what I think was an Narodia with a frog or something like halfway down its throat swimming across the creek, and it ended up getting up under the bank before I could really even make an identification. I didn't want to grab it and it either be a cottonmouth or cause it to regurgitate its meal, so we ended up taking the L with that one. But so many snakes out. And I was just now starting to think it's actually getting too hot, but I mean, we've seen more snakes in the last 30 minutes than we have all day. I would also like to take this moment to comment on how ridiculous it is that we've seen one Narodia, and I don't think, oh, whoa. Is that a dead map turtle? What? Oh, it's a cooter. I thought it was a map turtle. I smelled it before I saw it. That's gross. At least he's not really in the water. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm pretty sure this is just a classic example of shifting baseline, where something as common as Narodia can be declining, and we don't really notice it because over time we just become accustomed to them becoming less and less common. But like, there's no way 10 years ago, if I were to walk this creek, I would have seen this few Narodia. And granted, it isn't the best time of year. They definitely are more active in the spring, and cottonmouths are more active in the summer, I think. But like when I was a kid, I used to walk creeks like this and find arms full of Narodia. And now I'm lucky to see one or two. Another concerning thing regarding Narodia is that they should also be gravid right now. So there should at least be gravid females basking, if not babies, out right now. Granted, the Narodia I just saw was juvenile, but I think it was probably last year's baby. It was fairly large already. Yo! There's a loggerhead. What's up, buddy? I've been wondering where the turtles are, and that's a good one. Some creeks around here are just loaded with these guys, but that's my first one from this general area. Very cool. And it's a good looking turtle too. It's really hard to film these guys when they're in the water because of the reflectivity, but you can see them pretty well. Very, very cool. All right, loggerhead man, nice to see you. Especially since there probably are not too many left in this creek. That was cool, his little push off there. You can see his head a little bit better. They always look so cool underwater. Straight under the log. Yo! Look at this. That is a huge loggerhead. So I believe that first one was a little male, and this is a big megacephalic female. That is a huge loggerhead though, look at that. It's gotta be one of the bigger ones I've seen. What a great looking turtle. So cool to see a pair right here. I've been to this spot a couple of times, only in the winter. So I guess it makes sense I've never seen them here before, but they haven't exactly been common recently, even in the creeks where we normally see a lot, so definitely nice to see a few today. All right, we put her right back in her little shady spot. All right, y'all, this is my exit. It was a good morning, but it's definitely getting toasty, and I'm very hungry, so I'm gonna go get lunch and probably go to sleep. I'm adjusting my sleep schedule for my international destination, so it's about bedtime. All right, I'm back home, but I wanted to show this to you guys real quick. This is a very tiny little saddleback caterpillar. And not only are they really cool looking, but they are one of the species of caterpillar that you really want to avoid touching. All those little spines will actually sting you in a very, very bad way. They're not going to kill you or anything. I don't think they're considered medically significant. I suppose you could have an allergic reaction, but I mean, from what I understand, it's just very, very painful. But what a cool caterpillar. They get quite a bit bigger than that. I've only seen one other one though, and it was significantly larger than that. So these are definitely one of my favorite caterpillars though, and I just wanted to show it to you real quick. Please do not fall on my finger, friend. Go to the tree. So cool. Go on. Oh, he's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. No. Tree. Go to tree. Go to tree. Oh, God.